are you? I'm recording this on New Year's Eve, so happy almost New Year. Hope you're going to close it out with style. Don't forget, we do have the new moon right around the corner. New moon, super new moon in Capricorn on the 2nd or 3rd, depending on where you live around the globe. And so you want to plant your seeds of intention deep. I like to use the first new moon of the year to sort of get a 12-month overview of my intentions. Just saying. But at any rate, you're going to want to be thinking about your intentions because it might just creep up on you. We also have Jupiter just scooched out of your sign and into Pisces. So you should, hopefully you feel like the pressure's off. But that's about it for now. Big sigh of relief. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a 2022 love forecast for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. So if you have an Aquarian North Node, there might be a message here for you. And I'm using a mirrored Celtic cross. I'll pull the cards and I'll explain it as we go. So you're entering 2022 in learner mode. New year, new you, new lessons to be learned. Perfect. First step in a new direction for some of you. Ooh. And what your strength or challenge card is the Ace of Wands. This is something new that might light you up. Could be a message coming in. What you're working out, your unconscious motivations, devil energy, that's about karma. It can be about shadow, ego. What you've learned in the past that will support you in 2022, High Priestess, right? Your intuition. What's crowning you in 2022, meaning your conscious motivations, is heading in a new direction. Out with the old, in with the new. Right? There may be a pattern. There may be something that you've noticed that you've got an idea is a pattern, and now you're seeing your way free from that. Choosing the path that goes in a whole new direction and taking that first step forward. That's really nice. If you are the Aquarian and that is your story, that's a really nice way to kick off 2022. As always, because there are so many of you here and cross watchers and the like, the whole thing can come through reverse. So just keep that in mind. Divine Counterpart. Aha, I see things clearly now. Coming into 2022 with clarity. 9 of Cups. Now, the 9 of Cups, this is the strength or challenge card. It could be a strength. It could be that the clarity leads to some wish fulfillment, but the 9 of Cups can also represent complacency. So is it possible that this person has the light bulb moment that gets the downloads, the clarity, the insight, but doesn't do anything with it? We'll have to look when I clarify. Tower. Wow. You guys are working out some pretty heady stuff in your unconscious motivations. This is life-changing material for this person. What did they learn from this past year that they're bringing into 2022? The power of reflection and healing. But see, here's the thing. I'm seeing this is either resistance coming in for their conscious motivations, defensive, resistant energy, or they could just be standing up for themselves finally, right? Pushing back a bit, especially now that they've reflected and healed. They may have some intentions to kind of push back against something that they feel wasn't fair. So there you have it. Line down the middle, mirrored Celtic cross. And we have here Capricorn, Pisces, Aries. So let me go ahead and clarify. Page of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands, please. Whoop. Knight of Cups underneath. Knight of Cups. I love it when that happens. Knight of Cups, King of Swords, and the World. In this case, I feel you're the King of Swords. Male or female doesn't matter. Masculine, feminine doesn't matter. I feel like you're the King of Swords. I feel as if on some level you are open to love. You're taking steps in a new direction because you're closing out. There's the World, Capricorn and Aquarius. Perfect. Closing out a cycle, closing out not just a year, but definitely a cycle, and doing so in, and I'm just going to say it, dispassionately. And what that means is with no drama or fanfare. Whenever I see the King of Swords, I sort of almost think of Spock. Like there's just almost an absence of emotion because you're seeing everything, you're analyzing everything, you're sizing everything up, intellectually in your thoughts. And the emotions are sort of over here. They're making their way in, but what's sort of leading the charge is your clarity. Also, the King of Swords is about honor and integrity and truth and high principles and standards and, holding oneself to something higher than themselves. Yeah, it's good, especially with this Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, because the Ace of Wands is passion. It's a divine gift of inspired passion. And so if you're taking your first steps in that direction, it feels to me like you're opening up, but you have clearly assessed that you're ready for the love. No more drama, operating from the heart, closing out old cycles, and preparing for the new. I know. I feel like that's really good. And what is happening here in your unconscious realm has to do with old patterns, old karma. We have the Two of Wands here now, and it's underneath the underneath. So really kind of, I feel like unconsciously you're aware that you're choosing a new path. You're definitely moving in a new direction. And you're feeling inspired around it. That's why that Ace of Wands is here. But what you're working through is something that you haven't been able to let go of. Devil, Queen of Pentacles, and the Sun. Someone you feel very attached to, almost as if you're sort of tied up to this person in a karmic way, and operating from that insistence, that sort of heels dug in energy that this person is your happiness, or that being with them in 3D, if you are the Queen of Pentacles, would yield happiness. But this is an ego response, and I feel like you're working through it, because on some level you have a different path that lies ahead. So don't worry about the Devil here. I feel it just represents shadow, ego, karma, things that you're willing to release now as you prepare to choose the new path that lies ahead. Right? Something you thought was going to yield a certain level of happiness did not come off. No matter how hard you tried to make it be so, through sheer force of will and, like I said, ego, it didn't happen. You rose above it though, High Priestess. This is the lesson from the past that you're bringing into 2022. Sorry, my garbage people. Yeah. Wow. Could even be dealing with a Capricorn. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, that's the message for you. That's the confirmation you needed. But I feel like you've been definitely trying to work out some very difficult karma Emperor, Devil, Six of Wands, operating on probably in total separation and no communication, either with or as the divine masculine. Depends who you are here. And there's been this weird karma and sort of flying on intuition and maybe judging that there was not going to be the reconciliation you had hoped for in 3D, Queen of Pentacles. So the High Priestess here is your spot on intuition, your ability to sort of stay in some measure of connection to your higher self, despite the very challenging energy here surrounding this divine masculine energy. Wanting the reconciliation, being open to reconciliation, but it just doesn't happen. So the lesson you're learning is trust your intuition. That's what you're bringing forward. You kind of called it. You kind of felt it. You're still processing it to some degree, and now moving in a new direction. Gosh, Aquarius. Oh, I love this for you. You are ready for your happily ever after, wherever fate and destiny takes you. You know what needs to be released. This is underneath, so it's not like there's anything dramatic happening. You're aware that we kind of have to die to self to allow something new to be born in its place, especially if we want this happiness. Because that is what's breaking on the horizon in the Death card. You can see it there in the background, right? Is the sun. But the Death card represents what needs to end before the sun can rise. And I almost feel as if you're saying, I'm looking at a world of possibilities in the palm of my hand, my future, my destiny. And I'm sure going to take the path that leads to my happily ever after, my emotional contentment. And whatever has to go, has to go. And for some of you, all that has to go is that sort of heels dug in energy of the not wanting to let go of something that you really put a lot of energy toward. And that's a normal human response, so please don't misunderstand. The devil is not a difficult energy to work with. It's part of every single one of our human experiences. As souls having a human experience, that's the ego part, right? That's what the devil really represents. Now, I know it represents other things, but in this particular reading, it does not. It represents having one's heels dug in, being egoic, the darker side of our nature that says, but I believe this is what it should be. And when it isn't that, you kind of dig in deeper and get very entrenched in a very narrow focus, where the Death card says, yeah, that's done. Next. So I feel as if you're letting something go here. You're not afraid to let it go anymore. You've learned that lesson. You're still processing some of it, which is great. I mean, that's normal. And I love that the last card here is what you lead with consciously. So what's unconscious becomes conscious in 2022 and moves you like as if you finally choose the path that the divine says, here's where to go, Aquarius. This is the way. If you want the 10 of Cups, here's the way. And here's what you need to let go of. And you're all for it. You're here for it. So your divine counterpart, on the other hand, we have the Ace of Swords and the 9 of Cups. Let's take a look at what that brings for them. How are they entering 2022? A lot of healing for this person. They have not given up on love. They do see things clearly now. Okay, I like this. The challenge is, this is a challenge. The challenge is what they do with their newfound insight. King of Cups, 9 of Wands, 4 of Swords. They haven't given up, but this is someone who is exhausted and not good for the wear and tear. They really require a lot of healing. This is surrounding the energy of the King of Cups. I feel like the insight they're getting is around their own emotional availability. And they're working hard to be available. They're working hard to sort of understand their own emotional motivations. They haven't given up on you or themselves, but they are definitely sort of feeling pretty wrung out from this past year. I'm making the association between the Four of Swords. Let's look at the Tower and their unconscious motivations. Yes. Oh, wow. Well, I like that they're sort of calling in the Page of Pentacles, because that's how you sort of enter 2022 in beginner's mind mode, and they're almost mirroring that. What's done is done, says your divine counterpart. They're working out the collapse, what was not sustainable, that sort of brought this tower down and resulted in heartache, yours and theirs. And there's the Page of Pentacles, and underneath is High Priestess. So this person is sort of mirroring your energy with the Page of Pentacles and the High Priestess, but the High Priestess for you is past lessons. They're still working it out. They're still working through what information comes to them by download, what information comes to them in their natural instinct and intuitive ways of how to process the Tower. But the Tower already happened. So that's one thing to note. Whatever came down between you, you didn't want to let it go. The Tower came down. Everybody got hurt. Everybody's illusions were shattered. And here they are saying, but I'm ready to take the next step. I'm teachable. They may also be pushing down, repressing some hidden feelings. There may be feelings that they're really pushing down here. Much like you working through in an unconscious way the path that you will choose, this person is sort of working through feelings that they haven't shared yet. I say this because the King of Cups struggles to express themselves emotionally. They are usually very loving and they have the best intentions to show that love, but for some reason they get hung up in that, and those feelings often, not always, but often get tamped down, unexpressed. Four of Swords in the past. Oof. I love seeing your energy show up in a reading here, already in the World, but now in the Fool. I didn't see the star yet. I feel like the lesson that they're bringing forward is that they took a calculated risk and it did not pay off. So there's healing here, and the Page of Cups is a sincere message of love or apology. And I feel like they missed that opportunity, because the Fool can be a new opportunity. I feel they missed it. I feel they missed an opportunity to sort of express their feelings, or at least not just feelings, but their sincerity, that they were coming from their heart and that they really meant everything that they ever said. That's the other part, is I meant what I said, and it didn't come off. I'm just seeing that the healing coming from the Tower and the Three of Swords is something difficult, because it's almost as if this person is saying, yeah, I took a gamble here and it didn't pan out, and I never got to come up with my sincere, heartfelt messages, and therefore everything was out of balance. The Justice card underneath. No justice, no fairness, absence thereof. I know if I had spoken my true feelings here, or my sincere feelings, we could have sort of parted as friends. instead of all this pain. 7 of Wands. Whew. Again, mirrored energy with the Ace of Wands. Feel like this person, it's interesting because I think this person is seeing something clearly now that you were trying to show them. They resisted. Ego was involved. Shadow was involved. Karma maybe even taking over. And this person is now saying, yeah, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait. 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles, planting seeds. Things grow organically. It takes time. Followed by the Chariot. Hell no. I'm done waiting. I'm going to go for my victory. And I almost feel like this is their inner fortitude. We say intestinal fortitude. It's like solar plexus energy rising to the surface as this person says, yeah, I'm not going to wait. I'm inspired to move forward now, to take action now. The question is, who are they moving toward? Well, the way it's looking here is they're kind of getting over what didn't come off the last time. They're seeing maybe what happened. And now they're kind of moving toward wish fulfillment. They haven't given up. They're coming from their heart. There's, emotional openness and availability finally rising to the surface. And I feel like this person isn't going to be held down or held back even by themselves. That's how it looks to me, as always. Not a simple reading. This is kind of super nuanced, Aquarius. So let me tell you who showed up. We have the King of Swords, can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Aquarius and Capricorn in the world. Capricorn here in the Devil. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in the Queen of Pentacles. Leo in the Sun. Pisces in the High Priestess. Aries in the Emperor. Capricorn again in the Devil. Sagittarius in the Wheel of Fortune. And the Death card is Scorpio. Over here we have King of Cups, can be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Aries in the Tower. Pisces again in the High Priestess, Aquarius in the Fool, Libra in the Justice card, and Cancerian energy in the Chariot. Lots of energy to work with here. The extended, if this is speaking to you, I'm going to pull a card from what this person wants to say to you. If this is your energy, and of course if it's reversed, just reverse this little part. What are they trying to say? What do they want you to know? Same thing here. What vibe is this person picking up from you? What is it that you're telling them at 5D? Message from Spirit of the Universe, guidance for 2022. What's hidden? What might you not be able to see that's unfolding throughout the year? That might be helpful for you to know, as well as where this relationship is headed in 2022. And I'll close out with some Sacred Traveler and Lover's Oracle as well. So the link to that is below, Aquarius. It looks like it's going to be an interesting year. I almost feel like this person is catching up to this person. So if you identified with this side, I think you're well on your way. You have your eyes on the prize. Definitely eyes on the prize. And this person is just starting to have an awakening, just starting to have some measure of awareness, and is still working through a lot of what they've had to heal from. And now they're getting their, they're going to get their back into it. They're going to really feel some sense of power and impetus to take action and move forward. I feel like the 7 of Pentacles here is a demonstration of their impatience. Like, I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm just going to go for it. So very interesting to see how that unfolds. The link's below. Otherwise, much love to you, Aquarius. All the best to you in 2022. I look forward to continuing on our journey together. Bye for now.